Hi everyone. Before we jump into this video this week, I just want to make a quick disclaimer. This is not any sort of advice. Do not consider this advice at all. Talk to a professional accountant or a professional who can help you if you have any questions. This video is for entertainment purposes only. With that being said, let's jump right in. Unlike the United States that has tax deadlines in April, for Taiwan, tax season is in the month of May. So you have all of May to do your taxes. That being said, for the most part, Taiwan has a very simple way of calculating taxes that you won't see in other places, especially the US. In this video, we're gonna talk about the top 3 differences between Taiwan tax systems and the ones in the United States. So let's get started. First things first, in the US, you do not have a place to go to if you have questions or really specific inquiries, or even people that can help do your taxes for you. There are offices of the IRS scattered throughout the United States, but it's hardly like what we see here in Taiwan. In Taiwan, one of the key differences here is if you need any sort of support, you can actually go to the National Taiwan Tax Bureau and you will get assistance and you will get the support that you need. Actually, what most people do, including myself, is we just go there and they can just help you do a lot of your tax support for you. It is super easy. You just need to bring in your credentials, your items, and they will be able to handle a lot of those tax items and tax questions. So it's a very, very straightforward process. Number 2, another key difference is the tax rates. If we look at the United States, we start off with a tax rate of 10% right off the bat. In Taiwan, the progressive tax system here is a lot lower. It starts off at 5% and continues to rise up until 40%. Obviously, at that level, it can get very high, the tax system. I must say that in Taiwan, for most people, the tax system is not really taking out that much of income. Any person making $50,000 a year in the United States would be making the equivalent of 1.5 million Taiwanese dollars a year. However, at 1.5 million Taiwanese dollars a year, taxes and the tax rates that you would be paying would actually be lower in Taiwan than in the United States. In the United States, you will pay quite a bit of money for those things. I went ahead and put both systems here, and you could see that the Taiwan tax system, especially as you increase until after 20%, is usually the cheaper option. The big difference lies in very, very high income earners in Taiwan, as Taiwan does have a 40% tax bracket, and the United States at the very, very highest level is 37%. So there is a difference there. That being said, I want to talk about the third biggest difference between the US and Taiwan, and that is state and federal taxes. In Taiwan, there is no such thing, or at least not to my knowledge, of some sort of state or city tax in addition to the federal tax that you need to pay. The tax that you see and you receive is the only tax that you have to pay for your salary. So this tax bracket here for Taiwan is what you need to pay for the Taiwan federal taxes. That being said, in the United States, there are differences. For example, in the US, you do have your federal taxes, but you will also have your state taxes, and each state is different when it comes to their state taxes. There are 50 states in the United States, and each one has a different system. So if you are making a certain amount of income, you might be taxed in US at the federal level and at the state level, and that will be a very high amount of money depending on which state you live in. One obvious example is California. They can charge a lot on the state tax. New York is also another good example. Both these states have state taxes that can really reduce the amount of money you can save. Taiwan does not have that. We simply have the federal tax that can be submitted and paid for, and that's the end of the story. That being said, one thing I did not discuss at all in this video is the standard deductions. There are deductions, there are items that can help reduce the taxes, but for the purpose of this video, I think that will be just way too much information. So with that being said, Those are the three big differences between Taiwan and the US when it comes to taxes. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you're considering coming to Taiwan, don't worry. For the most part, the taxes are not something that you should be too concerned about. Anyways, guys, until next time, see you later.